What happened to 9 experienced hikers in the frozen wilderness of Russia's Ural Mountains in 1959 remains one of the most baffling and chilling mysteries in modern history. Known as the Dyatlov Pass Incident, this story has puzzled investigators, historians, and enthusiasts for decades. This was no ordinary tragedy. It was a nightmarish encounter that left behind questions more haunting than the answers. To this day, what unfolded on that snowy mountain remains shrouded in uncertainty and dread. The group consisted of 9 seasoned hikers, led by Igor Dyatlov, a 23-year-old engineering student. Each member was well-versed in survival skills, making their inexplicable fate all the more chilling. On January 27, 1959, they embarked on what should have been an exhilarating adventure through the treacherous slopes of the Ural Mountains. But little did they know, it would be their final journey. The start of the mystery. The group's trek began uneventfully, with each member full of enthusiasm and determination. Diaries and photographs recovered later revealed smiling faces, a strong camaraderie, and meticulous planning. On January 31st, they reached the base of Kolatsyakhl, a mountain whose name ominously translates to Dead Mountain in the local Mansi language. Their goal was to cross it and reach the village of Vizhai. But by February 1st, the group's progress slowed due to worsening weather conditions. A snowstorm forced them to deviate from their planned route and set up camp on an exposed slope. What happened next is where the story takes a terrifying turn. The discovery. When the hikers failed to return as scheduled, a search party was launched on February 20th. On February 26th, rescuers discovered their abandoned campsite, and what they found was nothing short of horrifying. The tent was partially buried in snow, slashed open from the inside. Personal belongings, including shoes and warm clothing, were left behind, as if the hikers had fled in a state of panic. The first bodies were found not far from the tent, near the edge of a nearby forest. 2 men dressed only in underwear were discovered lying near the remains of a makeshift fire. Their hands were scraped, with skin torn off, as if they had desperately tried to climb nearby trees for safety. The next 3 bodies, including Dyatlov's, were found at varying distances between the tent and the forest. Their positions suggested they had been trying to return to the tent, but succumbed to hypothermia. It took 2 more months to locate the remaining 4 bodies, buried under 4 meters of snow in a ravine. These discoveries only deepened the mystery. Unlike the others, these bodies showed severe injuries. 1 had a fractured skull, 2 had broken ribs, and 1 was missing her tongue and eyes. Strangely, there were no external wounds consistent with these internal injuries, leading investigators to speculate that a force far beyond human strength had caused them. Theories begin to emerge. The Soviet authorities quickly ruled out foul play, attributing the deaths to a compelling natural force. But what could that force have been? This vague explanation only fueled speculation, giving rise to countless theories, some grounded in science, others bordering on the fantastical. Avalanche theory. One of the most widely accepted theories is that an avalanche forced the group to abandon their tent in a panic. They may have cut their way out to escape quickly, leaving their belongings behind. However, skeptics argue that the slope's incline was too shallow for an avalanche, and the pattern of injuries didn't match those typically caused by such an event. Military involvement. Another theory points to Soviet military activity in the area. Reports of strange orange lights in the sky around the time of the incident have led some to suggest that the hikers stumbled upon a secret weapons test. This could explain the unusual injuries and the high levels of radiation found on some of their clothing. However, no concrete evidence has ever surfaced to confirm this theory. Paranormal theories. For those who lean toward the supernatural, the incident has all the hallmarks of an otherworldly encounter. Theories range from a Yeti attack to alien involvement, with the strange injuries and unexplained circumstances lending credibility to such claims for some. The local Mansi people also have legends of a mountain spirit that punishes those who trespass on its territory. The unsettling details. Several unsettling details add layers of complexity to this mystery. For example, the hikers' footprints around the tent were calm and orderly, suggesting they left voluntarily rather than in a chaotic rush. Some of their clothing was found on other members, hinting at attempts to stay warm despite the dire circumstances. The levels of radiation on the clothing of two hikers have never been fully explained. Could it be linked to military experiments? Or was it something more sinister? The absence of external wounds on the severely injured bodies is equally baffling, as is the missing tongue and eyes of one victim. These details have kept the Dyatlov Pass incident firmly in the realm of unsolved mysteries. In 2019, Russian authorities reopened the case, but their conclusions offered little closure. They attributed the deaths to a rare type of avalanche known as a slab avalanche, where a layer of snow suddenly collapses and slides down a slope. While this explanation satisfied some, many believe it doesn't account for all the anomalies. Moreover, independent researchers and enthusiasts have pointed out inconsistencies in the slab avalanche theory. The lack of snow accumulation on the tent and the orderly footprints leading away from the campsite challenge the plausibility of this explanation. Forensic experts also remain divided on whether the severe injuries could be attributed solely to natural forces, keeping the debate alive. The role of the Mansi people. The involvement of the local Mansi people has been a recurring element in some theories. While the Mansi were initially suspected of attacking the hikers for trespassing on sacred land, this theory was quickly dismissed due to a lack of evidence. Instead, their accounts of the mountain spirit and other local legends have added a layer of cultural and supernatural intrigue to the incident. The Mansi's deep respect for the region and their detailed knowledge of its dangers provide valuable context but little in the way of concrete answers. Environmental anomalies. Another angle explored by researchers involves environmental factors. Some have suggested infrasound, low-frequency sound waves, as a possible cause. Generated by wind passing over the mountain slopes, infrasound can induce feelings of unease, panic, and physical discomfort. This phenomenon could explain why the hikers suddenly fled their tent in a state of fear. However, infrasound doesn't account for the severe injuries or missing body parts. Additionally, some investigators have pointed to katabatic winds, a rare and powerful weather phenomenon. These intense downward winds could have caused the hikers to panic and abandon their tent. While katabatic winds could explain their initial flight, they fail to shed light on the subsequent injuries and deaths. Cultural and scientific impact. The Dyatlov Pass incident has transcended its status as a tragic event to become a cultural phenomenon. It has inspired numerous documentaries, podcasts, and even fictional works. Scientists continue to study the case, using advanced forensic techniques and simulations to uncover new insights. The enduring fascination with the incident lies in its blend of mystery, human tragedy, and the unknown forces of nature. The case has also sparked broader discussions about safety in extreme environments, the limitations of forensic science, and the psychological effects of isolation and fear. Each new theory or discovery adds another layer to this complex and haunting story, ensuring its place in the annals of unsolved mysteries. What really happened? The truth about what happened to the Dyatlov group may never be known. Was it a natural disaster, a tragic accident, or something more sinister? The lack of definitive answers only deepens the intrigue, ensuring this mystery will continue to haunt and fascinate for generations to come. The Dyatlov Pass incident remains a stark reminder of the unknown forces that exist in the world. Forces that, at times, defy explanation. As we sift through the fragments of this chilling story, we are left with more questions than answers, a testament to the enduring enigma that is the Dyatlov group's final tragic journey.